AOAM Morning News. Now, for those of you that may not be aware, and I talk about, family a little bit every now and then on air. Well, it just so happens that I have a teenage daughter. She's 16 years old. She's behind the wheel. So it was a little alarming to me that when I found out that the next 100 days are known as the deadliest days for teenage drivers. And so that's why I'm so happy to be joined by Michelle Anderson. Michelle is from the National Road and Safety Foundation. Michelle, this was an alarming headline when I read it. And I know you didn't put it out there for shock value, but when I saw teenage driving for the next 100 days can be the deadliest of the entire year, I'm going to start by asking you this question. The first place I went to is, boy, to me, it seemed like it would make sense that it would be during the school year because there's more kids driving. Yet your mission is to let us parents know it's actually the summer months. Why is that?
Yes, so it is that way because of the fact that kids are out of school. They're going to the beaches, they're going to the playgrounds, and then also we have to factor in that the days are longer. So daylight is longer. That means more kids are on the roads driving.
And Michelle let us know that there's a 21% spike in teenage deaths as far as automobile accidents during the summer months. So Michelle, from the National Road and Safety Foundation's perspective, you've gotten the word out to parents, but our job for parents is to try to protect our kids. Yet, look, we got jobs. There's a reason they have driver's licenses. How do we put that information in front of them?
So the first thing I need to let everyone know and understand that it is a privilege to drive. And it is a great responsibility. And oftentimes I know we as parents, we need that assistance from our kids to maybe go pick up some of the groceries, pick up your younger brother or sister. However, it is a great responsibility that you're putting in the hand of an inexperienced driver. Again, according to AAA, that statistic from the Memorial Day weekend leading up to the Labor Day weekend, it spikes by 21%. On average, 6 teens die per day on our roads. And during those months, those summer months where the daylight is longer, that number can triple, leading up to nearly 1,200 within those few months. And so it's very important that we as adults, that we give them the proper information, teach them what the graduated driver licensing laws are in our state, and then also make sure that we are enforcing that law. We have to be the enforcement for our children instead of having the police to pull them over.
And so Michelle from the National Road and Safety Foundation and also an organization called SAD, and we're going to get into that in just a little bit. They're calling this to make this the safest summer ever. I know these are going to be preliminary numbers because we're just sitting here in June getting ready to transition into the 4th of July weekend. Your message so far, is it making an impact? What statistics are you seeing right now?
Oh, absolutely. So again, we have teamed up. What better way can teens receive a message from their peers? It would be best to hear from their peers, right? So we've teamed up with SAD, Students Against Destructive Decisions, and we have an aggressive social media campaign going on now. And we're posting weekly information, statistics, tips on how to be a safe driver. We also want you to understand there in your state alone, last year, there were 989 deaths. And of those 989 deaths in car crashes, 120 of those were teen drivers. And so we're making this aggressive pitch. We have young people on board with us speaking to other young people about how to be a safe driver behind the wheel.
Michelle, I'm so glad you brought up the whole thing about social media because I know you're extremely busy. Do you have time to maybe come back, rejoin me here in just a little bit? Because I want to talk about
Absolutely.
the best way to convey that message to our teenage drivers. Michelle Anderson, she's from the National Road and Safety Foundation. She's going to come back and we're going to keep exploring what all of us are going to work to make the safest summer ever for our teenage drivers. Michelle, I'll catch up with you in just a little bit. Thank you for your time this morning, and we'll be back with more KOAM Morning News right after this.
This cheesecake